to do it is I think Mueller should be under criminal investigation.
Yeah.
You know, and that sort of forces him to resign.
Another bombshell development concerning the tangled deep state web linking fired FBI Director James Comey and Special Counsel Robert Mueller. New emails obtained by the government watchdog Judicial Watch revealing top FBI officials advised James Comey to consult with Mueller about his congressional testimony last summer. The latest discovery seeming to bolster reports that Comey's opening statement and subsequent testimony may have been partially coordinated with Mueller. Our first guest tonight says this collusion led to Comey's attacking President Trump and misusing FBI records as part of a vendetta against the president. Joining me right now, Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton. Tom, my goodness, it just keeps getting stranger and stranger and stranger. But give us your reaction to these latest news developments here. What is your gut feeling on all this?
Well, the last thing first, we just uncovered these documents. We started asking for the collusion documents between Mueller and Comey because there were reports that were working together on that testimony. You remember that testimony last year caused a lot of consternation here in Washington. Comey attacked the president, talked about these memos that weren't his. They were FBI records. And you've got to wonder why it is the FBI and Mueller allowed Comey to come out there and attack the president on those issues, and why would they, for heaven's sake, collude with him on getting that information out there in a way that wasn't designed to advance the public interest, but to advance a political interest and a prosecutorial interest in getting President Trump, really an abuse of power in my view. And we've got the documents showing that as soon as Comey was fired, he started working again with the FBI on his testimony in a very friendly way. You would have thought he had gotten his 60-year retirement pin or something. The way McCabe and the others are communicating with him on this testimony, and they're telling him, talk with Mueller, coordinate the timing we suggest. And Jim Comey is asking about, well, tell me if there's anything I need to know in terms of institutional prerogatives. And by the way, I want to look at documents you may have given the committees about me, because there are a lot of committees who wanted to talk to him at the time. And it's just further confirmation that both the FBI and Mueller had coordinated on Mr. Comey's anti-Trump Russia testimony from last year.
Well, I mean, what does that do to this entire process, this entire investigation of Mueller's, if he's kibitzing with Comey behind the scenes to try and put the pieces together to try and line up his testimony? I mean, it seems to me that it creates a very flawed situation where you can't trust the integrity of any of this.
Typically former government officials or current government officials aren't allowed to testify about communications they have with the president directly. And the FBI and Mueller let Comey go out and do that. It's really incredible, and shows you that it's not a quest for the truth. It was a quest to get Trump. And you've got indications of that. And again, this took us, I think we asked beginning in August for records like this. We've sued for records like this twice in federal court, and we only got them, I think, late last week.
Yeah, they haven't been exactly cooperative with you, have they? Let me ask you about Nunes and Gowdy and Jeff Sessions and all this, because a lot of folks are scratching their heads right now saying, this is sort of, easy pickings, right? Like the easy opportunity for Jeff Sessions to do what many believe, yourself included, is the right thing, to launch a second investigation into whether or not there were violations here when it came to getting that FISA document to go after an American citizen. I mean, do you think that Jeff Sessions is reluctant for any specific reasons? Can you explain why he's not doing that second investigation?
Well, maybe because it's Russia and he's recused himself from that too. I don't know. I think the institution of the Justice Department and the FBI is geared towards protecting the Mueller investigation. And if you're going to ask questions about abuses, about the misuse of the DNC FBI, the DNC Clinton dossier by the FBI and Justice Department to get FISA warrants that we believe are still being used, the results of those warrants, and maybe even currently being used by Mueller. Any investigation into abuses of the FBI and Justice Department targeting Donald Trump in this Russia investigation run up against the Mueller operation. And the Mueller operation can survive another fusillade on this they've got 2 attacks from the courts recently. And now if the basis of their investigations are under investigation from the Justice Department, the investigation collapses. And I think they're trying to protect Mueller by stonewalling Congress.
Yeah. All right.
And refusing to launch additional investigations.
Well, so I suppose your view is deep state alive and well these days, and you're doing what you can to try and uncover it and peel back the layers to figure out just exactly who's involved.
Yeah, we're going to court. Congress is threatening contempt. We're in federal court. I mean, it tells you just how difficult the Justice Department has been. The Justice Department, when it comes to information and secrecy, it's a black hole.
A practicing attorney, civil rights attorney as well. Great to see all of you. Tom, boy, it's tough to get documents out of this Justice Department. And you guys had to file how many suits to get this nugget about Comey and Mueller?
2 federal lawsuits, Freedom of Information Act lawsuits. We began asking for the documents in August of last year. We just got 15 or so pages in the last week or so. And they show, as you say, James Comey was fired by the president, and within a day or so, he's communicating with the FBI about upcoming testimony because all of Congress wanted him to testify. And you see the emails, Dear Jim, hi Jim, can we coordinate? What information do you need me to have in terms of institutional
So they say, can we? We have a couple of the full screens of the emails up there, and yeah, Director. In response to your email below, we've consulted with executive management here, including the General Counsel, and recommend the following. That your counsel, there's mistakes, there's typos in here, but consult with the special counsel Mueller to determine the timing of any such testimony. So the timing should be worked out with Mueller too.
That's right.
Is there any benign explanation for this?
Well, typically there would be some coordination. But what Comey said was beyond the pale in terms of what government officials are typically allowed to say in such situations. Certainly, if you're an FBI director and you're having meetings with the President of the United States, typically the agencies tell you you're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to talk about documents you created at the FBI about those conversations. Comey had full free reign during his testimony, and it was blessed both by the FBI, it looks like, and by Mr. Mueller.
What would you say is going to be the impetus for ending this Mueller investigation?
Taking Mueller out legally. We actually have a case, Jason, and you can find it at freedomwatchusa.org. In addition to wanting to be named special counsel, because I could take him out relatively quickly. What he has done is he has been continuously leaking grand jury information for the last year and a half, him and his staff. That's a crime. We know that just a few days ago, all these questions that they want to ask the president, the special counsel, have leaked. Now, even if that didn't come from Mueller for the last year and a half, so many leaks have, that I have filed a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit to get the communications with the media from Mueller's office.
How long does that type of suit usually take?
Well, I've asked the judge to accelerate it. It's Judge Sullivan. He was nominated and confirmed as a Democrat, but he has more integrity than most of the Democrats on that court. In fact, all of the other ones. And he's the one that accelerated the case that I brought back at Judicial Watch against the CHENNEY Energy Task Force. So we'll see what he does. But if we can get that information disclosed and we can confirm that grand jury information has been leaked, Mueller's toast.
And there you have it. Long story short, right? Just some updates in the feed. It should be noted, maybe go to the website. I'll put it down in the description there. And it all basically boils down to this Mueller guy, right? This Herman Munster looking dude. Bottom line is, you don't have carte blanche, you know? I mean, that's the truth of that. The saga continues.